I am gaming. I am gaming. I am gaming podcast.
Hello everyone, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the new 15th episode of I Am Gaming Podcast, a video game industry, entrepreneurship and gaming nostalgia podcast that is all about these topics and everything and anything residing in the same, let's call it, intellectual space. I'm really grateful that you're on this podcast. I'm really grateful to my new patrons. I will leave a single frame at the end of the video thanking all of them. I'm currently on number 9 patrons, which is amazing. I'm incredibly lucky and grateful for your presence, so thank you much for your support. If you do think about sometimes supporting somebody through Patreon, hey, think about supporting me. I would really appreciate it. Now let's get down to it. What do you get when you get a tweet with over 530 likes and more than 70 retweets? Well, I'm all about direct, concrete numbers when I can have them. So I wanted to share with you a very recent story I have from my Twitter account where this exactly happened to me. Now, I already talked about that need and the possibility of your content going viral. If you're making indie games, if you're a content creator, you're producing stuff that can at some point go viral. There is a lot of time in every day and a lot of people who are on social media. Chances are you're going to get some of that sweet viral momentum at some point, to a certain degree, of course. This happened to me today. What did I tweet? Well, I tweeted a pretty dumb joke. There was the news that Deadpool is going to appear in Fortnite, and I put out a simple tweet that said, Fortnite, we're going to have Deadpool in Fortnite. Fortnite players, Deadpool, in which episode of Paw Patrol was he in? Now, Paw Patrol is a kids show, animated cartoon, and I kind of suggested that everyone who plays Fortnite is a kid. I knew that this is probably going to get some traction, both from people who think this and agree, and from people who disagree with this, who will not like or share, but will comment. Honestly, comments are as important as likes and shares because they allow other people to see my tweet, original tweet, in their timeline or on their timeline. So this was kind of move that bridges both sides. Both people who like it and dislike it will react in some manner, and I knew that there is a possibility of this becoming popular. It did. It blew up really fast, taking me to currently 530 likes precisely and 71 retweets. Let me give you some additional statistics from the tweet as well. Impressions are now at 75,000. Total engagements at 840. Out of this, I got 130 profile clicks and retweets and likes, but I got also 18 replies, most of which were from angry Fortnite players who basically wanted to insult me in a more or less drastic manner. I replied to all of them and we had a lot of fun. At least I had a lot of fun. Naturally, being that I'm a cheapskate and somebody who will not miss out on any opportunity to promote his stuff, I immediately, after seeing that the tweet is going popular, let's say popular instead of viral, I left another tweet saying this: well, this is blowing up. Thanks for liking and digging both Fortnite and Paw Patrol. Check out my I Am Gaming podcast for more, well, me. Also buy my book on how you can stop wasting time, but not on Fortnite. I immediately did what I suggested you should do when this happens and set up a system of converting this attention to something that helps my ventures directly. Now, I did both things because I knew that people might be interested in my podcast, a lot more, then they might be interested in buying my book. But still, I can't pass an opportunity to sell 1 or 2 copies of my book on Amazon, so I did both. And let's see what are the results of these, or more precisely this tweet. It got nearly 3,000 impressions with 54 engagements, so there are 27 link clicks, 10 likes, 4 retweets and 1 reply, which basically said, no, I don't want to buy your stupid book. And I respect that completely. Now, so far 0 book sales, but more importantly, a small amount of YouTube visitors, because I redirected all of these clicks to my podcast playlist page. So far there isn't a big jump. One of the episodes got a few clicks, few views, but besides that nothing more is happening, which is kind of disappointing because this is a lot of attention. But at the same time, every time you do get a chance to go quote-unquote viral, you need to understand what audience are you getting exposed to. In my case, I got a lot of exposure from people who immediately thought I was a complete dick, non-gaming boomer and stuff like that. So they weren't fans of me from the first moment they saw my tweet. Naturally, they won't convert into anything. They won't go and check out my podcast. They won't go and buy my book for sure. At the same time, people who do like this are probably not going to get invested so much in me as a phenomena. They're not going to say, interesting, this guy has a funny tweet, let's say if he sells books on Amazon. They simply like it, think it's funny, give it a chuckle and move on. The same is true for direct conversions on Twitter, the number of new followers. Right now it's about 5 to 10 new followers. I'm placing all of them in the same category. They started following me because of this tweet. So it's not much, it's basically nothing, but still it's one of the rare direct conversions I got from this, let's again say, viral tweet, besides a handful of views on my YouTube playlist. So there you have it. This is what happens when you get a viral tweet. Again, the problem for my conversions, which is new podcast viewers, or at least new podcast views and book sales, is that I got popular in a demographic that basically either doesn't care about me personally or thinks I'm a moron, or doesn't really care about the things I'm plugging, which is both completely cool, because this tweet took me a minute to write and the replies were fun to do because I like to enter discussions with strangers online like everyone else. So I had a lot of fun with it. It's always fun to watch those stats grow. It still is, it will always be, but I didn't get any direct benefit I would want to otherwise from a super successful, in my terms, tweet like this one. Is there a lesson here? Basically there is. It's always good to go viral, but it's even better to go viral among an audience that really cares about you, your product, or anything else you're working on. If they don't, it's still cool to go viral or really popular nonetheless. That was all I had for you for this episode. It was a more of an improv, something that happened to me that I wanted to share because it's not something that happens to me all of the time. And again, hopefully you got some really vague lessons from it that could help you one day to better manage the moment when you go viral with your content. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to my patrons. Check all of them out on the screen right now. I'm super thankful to all patrons, new patrons, and potentially future patrons, which could be some of you. If you stuck through the very end, please consider leaving me a single buck per month. That's all I'm asking, nothing more, and you can always give less by not giving me anything. Also consider subscribing to my channel and continuing to watch my podcast. I would love to have you back in the weeks and months to come. My name is Ivica, you've been awesome for listening to this, and I'll see you on my new video. I'm hoping with a tweet that gets over 1,000 likes and something like 90 retweets. Until then, have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye bye.